Peace be with you. My name is Alan Kiesler. So we are beginning a new podcast, a new live chat, in which we are going to be talking about Sanat Kumara. Sanat Kumara is, I should say, because he is still living, but he was uh, on our planet many millions of years ago. I don't know exactly when it was, but when he first came to this planet, it was because at that time everyone had turned away from God. There was no spark even of divine consciousness on the planet. And according to the divine law, the planet was about to be destroyed because it was a failed attempt to create a good, worthy, beneficial civilization, and it had failed because real civilization means to learn about God and to turn to God and to develop gradually knowledge of God and love of God. So if even the minimum steps in that direction have not been achieved and people have not developed any God consciousness at all, then that planet will be destroyed. That's the law of the universe. So that was about to happen, really, literally. At the last moment, Sanat Kumara stepped forward and he said that he promised that he would make sure that there is always some spark of God consciousness on the planet. And that is the greatest sacrifice that anyone could make, because coming in a dark planet like the Earth was then, sort of like it is now, in the places where there's no God consciousness, where people are totally absorbed in materialistic pursuits. So at that time, it was very, very difficult for any holy person to even live on this planet because of the horrible association, the horrible vibrations of that totally materialistic civilization, so-called civilization. But Sanat Kumar made that sacrifice, and he incarnated on our planet, on the Earth, and he vowed actually that he would remain here, coming, not staying the whole time, but he would remain overlooking our planet and come whenever necessary to give spiritual guidance and to reorient people. So he did that. And it was many millions of years ago. I don't know, 100 million years ago, or when it was a long, long time ago, before any sort of history that we have any idea about. And so this book, Sanat Kumar, is actually, it's about Sanat Kumar. The first part is, which we will start reading tomorrow, is about Zarathustra's introduction to Sanat Kumara. He introduces us to Sanat Kumara. These ideas I've just mentioned, they're coming from a message from Zarathustra about Sanat Kumara. And Sanat Kumara is known by many other names also in different traditions. In the Zoroastrian tradition, he is called Ahura Mazda. And in the Bible, in the book of Daniel, I think it is, he is called the Ancient of Days. And he's called the Great Spirit, the High Spirit, because he's a very, very elevated personality, and we are all totally indebted to him for the continuation of our planet up till today. You know, from that time, many millions of years ago, when it was about to be destroyed, and he stepped in, until now, he has been making sure that we're on the right track. And when we deviate, he will either himself come or he will inspire somebody else with the message that we need to hear to turn back to God. So that's really what I wanted to say today. And we will begin, God willing, about 6. That is 6 o'clock in the morning here in California. Oh, so, I'm sorry, 6:30. About 6:30 here in the morning in California, which is 6:30 in the evening in Pakistan, 6:30, 6:40, a little later today. We will, God willing, read from this book. And as I mentioned, the first part, the book begins with an introduction to Sanat Kumara by the prophet Zarathustra. So all great beings, they're still alive. They don't die, when they leave this world, when their bodies are no longer manifested on this planet, like Zarathustra was, I don't know, thousands of years ago. When he apparently died, he didn't stop existing, and he's still communicating with us through different means. And this book actually is given to us in Russian, actually. This is an English translation of the book by Tatiana uh, Mikushina. Is her name, a Russian lady who, uh, by a special means, was able to receive these messages from Zarathustra, from Sanat Kumara, from Buddha, from Jesus, from others, bringing out a whole new message to humanity about, like the Taspi Amun, which I have been reading every day, twice every day. This Taspi Amun is coming also through Tatiana Mikushina. So she's a very special personality to have brought us this important book. And this is the book of Sanat Kumara's messages to us, actually. But the beginning is the part about from Zarathustra. So we have one comment here. A. Khan Sahib says, "Dearest Babaji." I don't know if he's going to say something else, but very nice to have you with us. A. Khan Sahib, let's see. No other comment. So anyway, that's all we're going to do for today. It's just let people know this at this time at 3 p.m. in Pakistan, 6:30 a.m. here in California, we will start reading this very, very important book. Messages, actually, from this great, great personality, Sanat Kumara. Okay, so now A. Khan says, "Sorry to say that two nations having poor public are involved in war." Yes, it's very sad, of course. When there's any war, it's very sad. But don't worry, this is all part of the divine plan. And we know that the satanic forces had this attempt through Mr. Modi, the Prime Minister of India. They created a false flag in Pahalgam in Kashmir. They attacked some Indian tourists, killed a couple dozen, I don't know exactly how many, of innocent people, just in order to have an excuse, a pretext for canceling the Indus Waters Treaty, for attacking Pakistan. It was a big mistake, of course, because it backfired on them. They thought they will gain some traction from this, but just the opposite happened. The truth came out that the Pakistan military, especially the Air Force, was far superior to the Indian. And in this very short war, Pakistan actually won. And so it's very sad because everywhere in the world there are wars going on and people are suffering. So we sympathize with the relatives especially and the deceased. But we are confident that this is not outside of the control of God. And it will be part of a wonderful conclusion, you can say, of this period in human history when for thousands of years there were wars all the time, as we read in the Tasbi Amun. The whole history of human evolution has been wars and assassinations and suffering and disasters. And so that time is coming to an end now. And this is the ending right now. What's happening right now in the world, this is the final days of the satanic forces having influence on this planet. Of course, influence may be there a little bit, but basically the control of this planet is shifting now from the satanic forces to the divine forces. So thank you very much, Khan Sahib, for your comment. And he is one more comment. He's saying, poor public. Yes, we definitely sympathize with the people who are in fear, especially people are fearful. And of course, some people have been injured and some have been killed on both sides. But we are confident that this is part of a divine plan. It is called the Ghazwa-e-Hind. This is a spiritual war. It's only a little bit of military conflict, but the real war is the war for the hearts of people. It is love that is going to win this war. When the people of Pakistan, especially Muslims and Sikhs and Christians and Hindus, come together in love, the people of India will be so amazed that they will voluntarily on their own want to join Pakistan, join with Pakistan Khalistan. So, yes, they're poor public. They're very poor in more than one way, I guess you're saying. They're also financially poor, but they're also suffering, and that's unfortunate, sad situation. But we have to see the bigger picture and be very happy that the truth is being manifested. The truth is coming out. Okay. Thank you very much, Khan Saib, for your comments. And we will hope to see you tomorrow and every day, God willing, at about 6:30 p.m. in Pakistan, which is about 6:30 a.m. here in California. Okay, Allah Hafiz. May God protect us all.